Hi, I'm Lennon Miyoshi. I'm 20 years old, and this is my experience with Cereset. So when we first heard about Cereset, it was through a counselor that my mom was seeing. His name is Robbie Booth. He's a counselor for pastors across our church district, and he recommended Cereset to my mom that I would take it because his son originally took it and it worked for him. So he told my mom about it, and that's how it got recommended to us. So back in 2019, around where COVID-19 started, I started getting emotionally unstable. I used to have bad anxiety attacks. I would be unable to sleep. I would probably sleep an average of 3 hours a day. My resting heart rate would be like 130 beats per minute. So I was going through a lot of just emotional and mental issues. I would have a lot of depressive thoughts, and eventually it led me to a road of wanting to commit suicide. When first hearing about Cereset, I was kind of non-partial to it. I thought it was too good to be true that it would just manage to help my brain in a 5-day session when I tried all these other things. But in a last-ditch effort, I guess, to try to do something before I would eventually do something to myself, I just was like, go for it, and I tried Cereset. So after my 5-day session in Arizona, we flew back home. However, I didn't feel any different at first. I think it took about, 2 weeks, I think, for it to actually start kicking in. But when it kicked in, it was pretty sudden. I would just wake up one day and I just felt better. I slept better. Before that, I wasn't really eating that much or drinking that much water. So I lost a ton of weight. But then after that, I started gaining my appetite back. I felt like I needed to drink water again. I could sleep well. And overall, my attitude towards life basically changed. Before that, it felt like almost like a veil was put over my eyes, and I could only see things through that veil of like depression and anxiety and stress and whatever. But after Cereset, after the 2 weeks after Cereset, I got completely better, and my whole thought process changed. It felt like I could take control over my emotions again rather than my emotions and thoughts taking control of me. I could see things easier. I could process things easier, like problems in my life or situations of stress or anxiety or depression again. And I just felt overall like a better person, I guess. It helped me build relationships with my family again, relationships with other people, relationships with God and my church, and basically improved my life tenfold. So for those people who have reservations about going to Cereset, I completely understand, because I was also super skeptical about it at first, that it was too good to be true. I didn't understand how it first worked, and I was scared that it would let me down. But I was in such a hopeless place that I didn't care what worked and what didn't at that point. So I was just like, I made the decision that I would just try Cereset and see what happens, and that was the best decision of my life. So if you find yourself with mental struggles or seasons of depressions or anxiety, or just feeling like your emotions aren't correct, I would highly recommend taking Cereset. It was 100% worth investing in the short term to protect my life in the long term, basically. So to leave you with these final words, don't be upset, just reset and Cereset. Thank you, God bless.